Okay, we're back. Campfire Spookhouse. I'm Scary Terry.
I'm Rock Horror.
Today we are recording review for episode 37, which is Eden Lake, from 2008, written and directed by James Watkins, produced by Christian Colson and Richard Holmes. It stars Kelly Reilly as Jenny Greengrass, Michael Fassbender as Steve Taylor, Jack O'Connell as Brett, James Gandhi as Adam, Thomas Turgoose as Cooper, Bronson Webb as Reese, Sean Dooley as John, and Finn Atkins as Paige. And the description of the film is when a couple goes to a remote lake for a romantic getaway, their quiet weekend is shattered by an aggressive group of kids. Rowdiness quickly turns to rage as the teens terrorize them, and a weekend outing becomes a battle for survival. Its release date was September 12th, 2008. Its budget was $2 million, and its box office return was $3.9 to $4.3 million.
Okay.
This movie is gritty, it's eerie, it's brutal, but what I really love about this movie is it doesn't have a good ending. It doesn't have a happy ending. And I think, sometimes in life when you're facing something that's terrorizing, a terrifying event, it doesn't always end well in your favor.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just facing your impending doom. And I really enjoyed the movie for that. But what did you think of Eden Lake?
I thought that Eden Lake was another one of those movies that, although you said all of the things that you said regarding the grittiness and, of course, these kind of UK British movies, they make great films. So overall, as a film, I enjoyed it, but it really does fall in line with the more traditional kind of scary movie. Of course, this is more like what do we call it? Suspense thriller or something like that?
Yeah, thriller horror.
Thriller horror sort of thing, where, because they're essentially being hunted.
Yes.
And once the inciting incident, they're being hunted, escalation, so on and so forth. The only difference is that it's younger kids, teenagers that are hunting them.
Yes.
That sort of thing. So because it follows those beats, it's familiar in that sort of way. Like I said, the unique thing is supposed to be that it's kids, or at least younger people, which is a good idea. Jack O'Connell is fantastic as like
really great, yes.
As like the main
Brett.
The main bad kid, the kind of leader of the bad kids. And he is intimidating as much as he's intimidating as much as Michael Fassbender's character is an idiot. Because had Michael Fassbender's character been more capable, so much of that stuff just would not have occurred. And even if Jack O'Connell's character was like pushing or pressing them, he wouldn't have put himself in him and his fiance to be in such a vulnerable position. You're not in your own town. No. You're out in the middle of nowhere. You're in a tent.
Yes.
You're in a vehicle. It's not some impenetrable force. Yeah. It just so it goes back to my whole not being able to relate with with characters in horror movies and their decision making.
Yes.
But luckily, Kelly Reilly's character,
Jenny,
she is way more capable asking the right questions. How about we just leave him alone? How about we get out of here? Maybe we shouldn't do that. These are all logical things and things that would have avoided the whole situation.
Yeah. It's like when we recorded review for It, like the Bill Skarsgård one, and we were saying that the real monsters of the town were the adults.
Yes.
And I feel the same way about this movie, because I think as fucked up as these kids were, and as brutal and ruthless as they were, they're really just a product of their own environment.
Absolutely.
And you look at Brett's father, and you can tell that he was abused, Brett, growing up by his own dad.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense why he's so hostile and so aggressive by nature.
And you can almost tell the parents of the children just based upon when you're introduced to their parents.
Yeah.
Once again, because this is in the middle of nowhere and it's this small rural town, and when they went to the restaurant to eat, they talked about, oh, kids harassing you, and that one woman got offended because of course, whose kids but her kids? And she said, not mine.
Yeah.
What do you mean not yours? You know there's a certain amount of kids. You know you have kids.
Yeah.
You know your kids are going to be the kids that are acting a damn fool, because what other kids are there?
Yeah. After Michael Fassbender's character, Steve, after he was cut up, when he was like sort of like tied and he got free, and it was him and Jenny running around and he was laying on the ground, and you were saying that you, judging by the tone of the film, you could tell that this wasn't going to end well for them. Now, it was the scene of the two of them eating breakfast in the diner with the waitress. That was what gave it away when she was saying not mine. That was the subtle hint to you.
Well, that was the hint.
And you knew that right away? Like, you thought, oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe it's great acting on my part. Maybe it's because I've seen a gazillion movies. But once I saw her reaction and how offended she was, because it wasn't like a slight. It was like a personal offense to her. Yeah. She was never the same after that.
Yeah.
She was kind of pleasant and doing her whole waitress thing. As soon as they mentioned the kids, and then she said, not mine. Yeah. She was on that, like, not mine.
He never even said it was her kids. So.
Exactly. But she wanted to put her foot down and be adamant, not mine. And what that told me is absolutely yours, and that you would be no help. And when Michael Fassbender's dumbass character ended up going to the Jack O'Connell's dad's house, his family house, in the first place, and you saw his dad and how aggressive his dad was just about his son being home. Yeah. And then you say, okay, this guy is also going to be of no help. Yeah. Whatever they're doing, their parents are consenting to it, whether or not they're not saying, hey, go harass this couple, and if they do anything to you, then murder them. You don't have to say that in order for the kids to follow through and do stupid kid things. Yeah. But because that's the environment, and there's no real parents there. Yeah. It just seems like older people that happen to have children. Yeah. And this is why when she finally got away and ran over that very dislikable girl. Paige. Yeah, I hated her. And then she gets into an accident outside. I was so like I recognized the fence. I was like, no, you're going back to his dad's house. Perhaps she's disoriented or whatever else. Even if she got in an accident, reverse and keep driving. Let the cops take you off the damn road, bro. I don't understand this whole thing about stopping. Yeah. Like, this is clearly a place that you can't be. Every time you think, the little innocent boy that you originally met, leads you into a trap. Yeah. And somehow you think that
someone will save me eventually.
This entire town is dangerous. Yeah. Get the hell out. To me, especially being like a woman, alarm bells should be ringing. So they literally burned this child's head alive because you wouldn't come back to be killed the way they wanted you to.
Yeah, exactly.
Nonsense. Like, I do not understand. I do not understand the thinking. Like I said, I could lean in, suspend disbelief and say that it's because she is disoriented or something like that. I mean, she did literally step on some ridiculous, some like 9-inch spike. That was bad. Yeah. That she had to pull through her own foot. Yeah. And whatever, and probably has gotten infected because she was literally hanging out. Yeah. In doo-doo and all of those sorts of things. Like, I get all of that, but I would literally never stop until I ran out of gas. If I ran into something, I would back up and I would keep driving. Yeah. It also, I just think Jack O'Connell's character was very interesting because even at the end, after his dad basically told him, like, go upstairs, like, we'll take care of this. Yeah. He goes upstairs
And, well, first, before that, he didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Until his dad smacked him in the face and said, get upstairs, which tells me that Brett's sadistic enough that he wants to watch or participate.
Absolutely.
And he goes upstairs to his room, and the way that he wears Steve's shades and puts them back on his face, this is a kid who's always going to be protected, and he's going to get away with whatever. He'll get away with murder.
Absolutely. Literally.
And he knows that he will. So, like, he takes full advantage of that. I also thought what was really interesting about Brett, his character, is that his family and all the adults in the town and the friends of his parents, like, they all protect their own.
Yep.
And I think that Brett's inherited aggressive nature is also the reason why he leads this gang of his friends, and why to him, I think he's protecting them as well.
There's a hierarchy. His dad is the head of the hierarchy.
Yes.
And because that's his dad, he is the head of the hierarchy for the kids.
Yes.
That's how that goes down.
Yes.
It is it's like it's a small community. His dad is the strong man that everyone respects.
Yeah.
Out of fear.
Yeah.
And so he then gets to have leeway, and he is also then respected through fear. And that's how that whole thing works out.
And then it's odd to me, though, because, like, as much as these adults and these people in this town, like, as much as they all protect each other and they defend each other, through Brett's sadistic ways of terrorizing this couple, he still felt the need to have everyone in his gang take turns stabbing Steve and record it on video in the effort to blackmail him. So, like, how often, as much as they all trust each other in this town, how often does Brett trust his own
like I said,
people?
It is out of fear.
Yeah.
It's like he follows his dad out of fear. And his friends follow him out of fear.
Yeah.
It's not respect, it's fear.
Right.
They respect as much as they're willing to die or get hurt. This is the reason why when one of his friends sees that the other one dies, he knows the result will probably be his death, but he's no longer willing to follow him.
Yeah.
Because at that point he's more afraid of continuing on than he is death.
And that's when he got beat to death by
exactly.
Brett, because now he's turning on Brett, and Brett, through that fear, he's afraid that he'll be exposed.
And this is the result. Like, they have always feared Brett.
Yeah.
And then the girl, Paige, whatever,
Paige,
she sees the result of that.
Yeah.
And she runs.
She runs away.
Because the other part is that she's a girl. He's telling him to do stuff. And this is the only reason why he hesitated. If it was another guy, that's yet another person he would have killed.
Yeah, of course.
He gives it leeway because she is a girl.
That's why I think Brett is such a remarkably interesting character in this, because, like, he lives solely off of fear, and I think growing up, like, through a psychological aspect, he would have been gaslit by his parents a lot of times. Yeah. So, like, they probably have moments, especially his dad, where his dad pulls him in. It's like, hey, you're my boy, I love you. And then other times he's beating the shit out of him.
And that little brown kid, where is his parents?
Yeah. Well, his mom was at work.
Yeah, but obviously not. But where's his parents? There's some little kid in the forest who ends up getting his head burnt off.
Yeah.
I don't, like, where are his parents?
I feel because when the couple met that kid, he was alone.
Yeah. Like,
by the tree or whatever at first. And that was before they, like, had their first encounter with the gang. So I feel like because the kid wanted to be a part of their gang, he was just like, maybe Brett just had him, like, hanging around and just, like, stay here until we need you kind of thing.
I'm not even sure I mean, that's a possibility.
Not like stick around for we can terrorize this couple, but just like be here kind of thing.
Like he was a lookout.
Yeah.
I could see that being a possibility. I don't know. I could also see that he just wanted to hang about. Yeah. So he just was always shadowing them. Yeah. Because he couldn't be a part of the group. Yeah. But he wanted to feel like, so he would be in the area somewhere.
And it feels like the next day he was still there. So I feel like
I think after the inciting incident, and after after they had their beef, and the attacks began.
Yeah,
that's probably when Brett then approached him.
It was like, we can use you.
It's like, hey, if you do this, then you don't have to be off in the distance. You could be with us.
Which is, again, another interesting thing about Brett. It's like his character there's like no limitations with him. I do agree with you that Michael Fassbender's character was just an idiot and loves his woman so much, but yet fails to protect her and leads her to this sense of danger. But as with what we were discussing before beginning this review, when we were watching the movie, it's that Jenny's not stupid, though. She's not like your typical character in films like with the lead in Barbarian, where you're just making one irrational, stupid decision after another.
Oh, he's cute, so I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, exactly. She
seems like an actual person.
I think that she would have gotten away several times before if she only knew where to go.
Yes, if she stumbled upon that map prior to stepping on that spike or something like that, she'd have been out of there. She'd have been out of there,
and that slowed her down. And then obviously,
the only reason, because even if she came across the little boy, but she hadn't injured herself with the spike, she probably wouldn't have went with him.
Yeah.
She might have asked him, but then got spooked and then got the hell out of there.
Yeah. Because, like, even that scene closer in the beginning when they were driving, the couple, and Steve saw the kids on their bikes, and he, like, his instinct was to chase after them for a moment in the car before Jenny told him to, turn around. It's like he was also an instigator. Yeah. In his own right.
Well, this is the thing, right? When he goes over there the first time, I don't mind that. I don't mind that because he could politely hit, hey, do you guys mind, we're sharing the beach, you mind turning that down a bit? Yeah. As soon as he felt the temperature of what type of kids there were, he should have been like, all right, cool, packed up and got the hell out of there. Why? You know where they are. You can see them. Yeah. It is daytime. Yeah. You know where your stuff is. Yeah. So what do? You get your stuff and your woman and you leave.
So, and like, I know from Steve's point of view, he was trying to get the car back when he approached them a second time because they stole his car. Yeah. So like, I get that, but at the same time, these kids are predictable enough that that they're going to try to fuck around with you and do some shit, but they're unpredictable enough that you don't know what they're going to do.
They stole your car, and at one point almost ran you over on purpose with it. Yes. You had to literally jump out the way, pushing your fiance out the way. You're not even fiance out the way.
And it's like I think the kids were just fucking with them a little bit and being rowdy and having fun, but they weren't going to kill you until you killed the dog.
And I mean he put himself in that situation. Yes. If there would be no need to try and stab the dog because the dog was coming at you if you didn't put yourself in that position in the first place.
Also, how many times did Jenny try to tell him to walk away and let's just let it go?
I think that Michael Fassbender's character is the perfect example of someone who kind of lives in like a bubble, lives within some kind of sphere of protective privilege. So he probably grew up the opposite of Brett. Yeah. And so he is playing by the rules that he's familiar with. Yeah. And if somebody does that, you give them a stern talking to, and then they will respect. It is idiotic to try to play a game by the rules when people are cheating. Yes. It is idiotic. As soon as you see these people do not care about civilized rules, if you want to be civilized, you get the hell out. If you don't want to be civilized, then you got to be ready to go to whatever extreme necessary to ensure you and yours survival. Yeah. And he was completely oblivious to all of those things. He was. Even up until he was being stabbed, he still seemed like in the back of his mind, he was like, maybe if I just say the right couple of words together.
Yeah, I know.
And that annoyed me so much. I couldn't believe how unaware
Yeah.
this grown man was.
Yeah. And it's like, read the beach, man, because clearly the moment these kids showed up, they're in for fucking around. They're clearly bored. They have nothing better to do.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I think the film was very unique for the sake of the adults too, and the fact that this town protects itself, and they're doomed right from the very beginning.
Yes, as soon as you went to Eden Lake.
It also feels like, because they all, I guarantee the moment they sat down in that diner, the waitress did not recognize them and was like, "You're not from around here."
Yeah.
So she was probably very distrusting of them right from the beginning.
Remember, well, yes, small communities tend to be like that. Remember what I mentioned? Like, okay, this is telling us what we're about to be in for. When it's the sign, "Welcome to Eden Lake," and on the back of the sign, it was spray painted, "F off you yuppie cunts," or whatever.
Yeah.
F off you yuppie cunt. And
if that's not also a sign, I mean,
because they are clearly the representative of the yuppies.
Yeah.
And they're now going into this "Welcome to Eden Lake," but on the back, just on the same sign.
Yeah.
But on a different side of the sign, it tells you it's basically telling you to leave.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
So when one says "welcome," the other side says "get out."
I don't think they saw the back of that sign.
I know. Weren't paying attention.
I don't know. I do like the movie. I like the performances a lot.
Great movie. Cannot relate with
Steve
Fassbender's character.
Yeah. I give the film 4 out of 5 jump scares. And I'm confident about that, because I really think, to me, it's Jack O'Connell who really holds this film together.
Yeah, I expected more from Fassbender's character. I was overall impressed.
Him being the caliber of who he is.
Yeah.
But this was also like before he really kind of blew up with like Inglourious Bastards and X-Men. And
True. Even so. Kelly Reilly's character. In general, her performance, I appreciated. She did a good job, but you're correct in that Jack O'Connell kind of carried the film with his performance.
Kelly Reilly, I think, would be second best, because I wanted to mention too while we were watching, and then I just forgot, when she did cut her foot and she was trying to pull it out, the moments where she stopped and like shook with the anticipation, I found to be very realistic, because I think anybody in that moment would have done that.
Yeah, she's not Rambo.
No.
There's a girl on a trip with her fiance that just got murdered. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 4.
Nice,
as
man.
well.
Nice.
I think that it's I think that's a solid 4 as far as the movie and what it's about, and even the parts that that are like unbelievable to me, or like I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
The fact that they had another character asking the right questions.
Yeah.
Kind of balanced it out, because it made both of the characters seem more real to me.
Yeah.
Because there are people like that walking around, like the Michael Fassbender character.
Yeah, and she's not exactly complimenting his stupidity.
No,
in the movie,
which is fantastic, because typically the woman would be the one making those dumb decisions.
Or it would just, she would support his decision just to be,
Whereas she was every time, "How about we go?
Yeah.
You ever think about us going?"
Yeah. Well, that's the fucked up thing too, is that she's considering her own insecurity and her emotions in the moment, and he's just so high on his own fucking pedestal that he's not, like, what the fuck, man?
I think he had something in his mind. He was gonna propose. Because
I got this big plan.
And because those hoods came on my beach and bothered, and that literally sealed your fate.
Yeah. I'm gonna make this Brett my best man. No, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But you have 4 jump scares from both of us. I really did enjoy the movie. It was very unique.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think of Eden Lake. Next episode that we are recording review for will be from the director of Barbarian, will be Weapons. A lot of you guys probably have seen the movie or know about it from 2025. It did really well, and I thought it was a great film. So be there for our next episode for Weapons, and we're signing off. I'm Scary Terry.
I'm Rock Horror.
He is Rock Horror. And we are Campfire Spookhouse, where we scare ourselves awake. We will see you guys next time.